Hey guys, it's me. I'm still here. I've got some things to get off my chest before we move on into 2024, so I'm gonna do that now. All right guys, so I hope that you're doing great out there today. If this is your first time here at my channel, this is gonna be a really weird introduction to what I do here, but either way, I'm super happy to have you guys on board. If you've been following the channel for a little bit, you'll probably remember back in late November, I made a video basically saying that like, I was kind of burnt out, I was having a hard time being productive, and I was gonna take a little bit of a break, kind of hoping that that would like re-energize me and re-motivate me to continue moving forward with the channel and moving forward with what I do as a career now, which is be a content creator in the guitar world. So yeah, that was a month and a half ago, and honestly, I was feeling pretty bad at that point, and I kind of figured like taking a little time off would make me feel better. It didn't. It made me feel worse, much worse in fact. Probably the lowest point that I've been at ever, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys. It's been a really rough few months for me. After making that video, which you guys showed me a ton of support for, and I'm forever grateful to each and every one of you guys who hangs out here, who watches my videos on the regular, who leaves positive comments, and just is, you know, in support of what I do. Truly, you guys are incredible. I say it as much as I can without it sounding like a broken record or repetitive or robotic, but I truly do appreciate you guys so much. But even after reading all the positive responses to that video and everything, I still just, I kind of fell into like a really deep depression, if we're being honest. I questioned a lot of things about my life, questioned whether I wanted to continue doing YouTube at all, and honestly spent that couple of months just beating myself up repeatedly. Like 2023 was not a good year for me, and it was nobody's fault but my own. 100% honesty, transparency, and clarity, I guess. It was overall just a really rough year for me, and a lot of that I think has to do with just my shortcomings and who I am as a person. In that last video, I kind of discussed with you guys how I have a very manic personality, like really high highs, really low lows, like that balance, that middle ground doesn't really exist for me. Like I'm just, I'm up and down all the time, and it's been like that for my entire life. So I actually, for the first time in my life, am gonna kind of take some steps, some clinical steps to try and help with that. Now, overall, I'm a very self-motivated person, and I don't need people telling me what to do in order to get things done. And you know, for this career, for being the YouTube content creator, especially for, you know, something I'm super passionate about, which is guitar gear and music related stuff, it's easy. Like, it's definitely easy. And when I get excited about it, I'll film 2 or 3 videos in a day, and I can edit videos daily without it feeling like an absolute chore, and just generally have really good output and, you know, be a really productive content creator and put a lot of stuff out there. But when that starts to dip, it kills my productivity a lot. And I've experienced that not only doing this, but I've also experienced it in my 9-to-5 jobs that I had prior to being a content creator. Frankly, my job performance has slipped at every job I've ever had because I've fallen into those ruts and had a really hard time digging myself back out. And I've probably hindered myself in the past from advancing and moving forward because of those things. And honestly, it wasn't really until my last job where I really started to realize that like, okay, the problem is not something that I can really control. I recognized the problem at my last job, and as hard as I tried to come in and be motivated and be excited to do my job and to be excited for the opportunity that I had, because I had a really good job, like I just couldn't. Physically, mentally, it just was not there for me when I would fall into those routines. And the same can be said for the last few months for me. I got to do some really exciting stuff this summer, Sweetwater Gear Fest. Like, I was ultra fired up after Gear Fest, but in the summer, my fiance's home, and I don't really do a whole lot with the channel other than edit videos that I've pre-recorded because my fiance's home, We have a small house. I play through real cabinets and stuff, so like my videos are gonna make noise naturally. And honestly, the summer is her time to relax, and I don't really wanna bother her by making her go outside or making her have to basically go out of her way just for me to be able to make a video. So I really try to optimize the time beforehand and the time afterwards to either stock up on stuff that I can just put out during the summer so she can have a true vacation and I can kind of have a vacation. But anyways, off track again because ADD, the thing that I'm struggling with, on top of being manic. But I was super fired up and I came home and I couldn't really do anything with all that energy, and it just caused frustration. So that frustration kind of carried over into my 42 Gear Street trip, and we went to Europe, had a great time over there, and came back, and like all of that energy that I had that had turned into frustration was just gone. It was gone. I really had no energy or motivation to make videos. Frankly, like as it kind of got worse, I didn't really care about guitar gear, which has happened to me once before. I talk about it to you guys sometimes here on the channel, but right before I started my channel, like a few months before when the pandemic hit, I sold a large portion of the gear that I had at the time because I just didn't care about guitar stuff, and I got rid of a lot of things. And as I started to get back into things and started to get excited about it again, I started building that collection, which that was the beginning of the channel. So I kind of have been and am still in the mindset that I want to get rid of some stuff. Part of that is because I just didn't care about guitar gear as much. But the other part is, and I think what is a big part of my issues over the past few months, is my life is very cluttered with gear. It is 100% a first world problem. It is 100% a problem that I am fortunate to have, and I am well aware of that. So don't take this as me complaining at all, please. But I have a collector's mentality. I have a collector's mindset. Call it a hoarder's mindset. I wouldn't be offended because you really aren't far off, but I have the tendency to keep everything that I can gear related, everything that I even remotely like, anything that I think that I'll have a use for sometime for the channel, for my future studio endeavors. Like if I think that there's some sort of use for it, I will hang on to it. But unfortunately, that has just turned into living in a way that is not sustainable for me at all. I mean, every room that is not a common room of the house is just packed full with gear, whether it be guitars, cabs, heads, drums, studio equipment, like every inch of this house that is not the living room, the kitchen, the bathroom, and our bedroom is just full of gear to the point where like I can't even get to things without having to move stuff around. And it's honestly just gotten to the point where it drives me crazy. And some of you guys may relate to this, but like if your workspace is cluttered, the space that you operate within doesn't feel comfortable, can have a huge effect overall on you mentally. Like it can make you unmotivated, it can make you distracted, it can make you depressed, which I very much experienced over the past few months. But it really, I mean, it's just not a good thing. And I'm really, for the first time in my life, like blessed with overabundance to the extent where it has actually caused me to become more unhappy than happy. So that has basically just resulted in me not really wanting to do anything gear related, me just kind of being over guitar gear. I honestly haven't picked up a guitar to just play probably since September. Honestly, like I do not play guitar at all for myself. I do it for the channel and I do it for my bands, and that's it. Like all the joy for a while has just been completely sucked out of the hobby for me. So I realized that I really needed to take a step back, but unfortunately more things were coming into play that were just making it hard for me to be productive in general, which just kind of continued that downward spiral of just not feeling good, not feeling motivated, not feeling energetic. There were days that I was having a really hard time pulling myself out of bed. I mean, look at me. I'm looking in the monitor right now. I haven't shaved, and sadly this is like 3 weeks of not shaving, but I haven't shaved in 3 weeks. I mean, I usually shave every couple of days. And it's like, even just getting out of bed and getting up and getting moving a lot of days has been really, really difficult for me, if that just tells you anything that I'm experiencing. So again, all this stuff is, well, not all of it. A lot of it is my fault. Some of it is biological, and I just feel like I can be open with you guys here on the channel and you appreciate and you respect that, and it probably humanizes me to some of you, which I appreciate, which is why I'm sharing all this with you. But I also wanted to share it with you guys because, I mean, honestly, I let a lot of people down this year. I said yes to a lot of things that I wasn't able to deliver on, and that is what bums me out the most. My bands suffered because I overpromised and underdelivered. A lot of brands sent me gear that I just have not done anything with yet, and more than likely I've probably ruined a couple of good relationships because of that, and you know, that bums me out big time because the whole thing that I kind of pride myself on, the whole thing that I really enjoy about this YouTube thing is the relationships that I get to create and maintain, not only with you guys, the viewers, but with some of these people behind the scenes at these companies. Like, that's something that I take very seriously. It's something that I pride myself on, and I feel like I've let pretty much everybody down, including the viewers, the people at these companies. I mean, there's gear here that I have found that I was supposed to do a video on like a year and a half ago. Some of it a year ago, some of it 8-9 months ago that I just haven't done yet. And it was because I was so excited about everything. I said yes to everything, and then I couldn't deliver. So please take this sincere apology from me. I don't want to do this again, which is why I'm taking steps to correct it. I'm taking steps to balance things out. I really love what I do for a living. I do. And the only reason that I feel any other way about it is mostly things that are out of my control, some things that I realize now after some deep introspection and self-reflection that I can control and that should help the situation. But I'm basically doing everything I can to fix my own personal stuff to make this channel as good as it can possibly be. Because to be honest, guys, Sure, I crank out content and stuff, but I don't think that I've been doing as good a job on this stuff as I can. I don't think the content is as good as it could be, and I think that I'm selling myself short a little bit, and sometimes I'm selling the gear that I'm showing you guys short. Overall, I just think that I can do better all around, and that's what 2024 is going to be for me and for this channel. It's going to be balance, it's gonna be quality over quantity, and it's going to be delivering on the promises that I make to you, the viewer, and to the companies that help this channel be what it is. Because ultimately, those are the three most important things as far as I'm concerned when it comes to cultivating a YouTube channel and being a content creator. And last year, I kind of failed all three of those. So yeah, 2024, we're gonna do better. I'm going to start by posting a ton of gear for sale. You guys know me, I'm a habitual gear flipper, and that's how the channel runs. I'm always posting lists of things that I'm trying to sell in order to fund new things for the channel. But the first few months of this year is just gonna be moving stuff out the door. It's not gonna be bringing anything else in. And at least the next 4 to 5 weeks, I'm just gonna be getting caught up on all the content that I owe these awesome companies that were willing to support me in the first place. Because they don't deserve to send out gear to somebody like me just to have it never see the light of day on the channel. Especially the smaller companies where it's like they're a 1-person, 2-person operation and that's their livelihood, and you know, I didn't deliver on the promises that I made. That, I don't like that. Like it makes me feel really bad. And I should feel really bad because it's not cool. But yeah, I'm gonna spend a lot of time, a lot of energy on fulfilling all those promises that I made and showing you guys this gear. None of this is stuff that I don't wanna do. None of it is stuff that I'm not excited about. It's all stuff that I wanna make videos for you guys and things that I'm excited about, because I don't say yes to things that don't interest me. Like, I don't say yes to things just because I want money from a particular company or because I want gear from a particular company. Like, I do things because I have some sort of self-interest in them, meaning like I'm interested in the gear, I'm interested in the company. Whatever it is, like I am never going to show you a piece of gear that I don't have interest in myself. So I hope you guys know that, and I hope that that comes across genuinely in my videos. So yeah, I'm gonna do better this year. I feel like I've made this video a couple of times, but I never really knew what the issue was. And honestly, I never really sunk anywhere near as low as I got over the past couple of months. But the good thing about that is it just gave me a lot of time to think, and it gave me a lot of time to talk to the people who are close to me. And to those people, I thank you, because you guys have been infinitely patient with me, not responding, not delivering on promises to you guys either. It's been a really bad year. So I'm really looking forward to just kind of making this year as good as it can possibly be and kind of taking that energy and taking that motivation and just making everything that I do better than it was. That is my goal. I have no particular goal in sub count or view count or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with that, but like, I just want to do better. That's my goal for this year. Just do the best that I can possibly do. Don't leave people hanging, and continue to make content that I'm interested in and that benefits you guys. Those are my goals. So yeah, with all that being said, I'm feeling good now. Like I really am. The last couple days I sat down, I played a new amp that I can't talk to you guys about yet, and it just kind of like reignited the fire in me all over again. NAMM is coming up in just a couple of weeks. It's gonna be my first time going. I'm gonna go, so please guys, if you're there, come say hi to me, come say what's up. I'm really excited to meet anybody and everybody that watches the channel or has anything to do with the channel or any of these companies behind the scenes. I'm genuinely really excited about that. I'm a super socially awkward person, but I've found that I really enjoy going to these, you know, guitar related events and meeting you guys and chatting with you guys about gear and stuff. It's become something that I've really started to look forward to a lot. And also in the meantime, when I had that extra time, I started video gaming a little bit again for the first time since I started my channel. It's been like 3 years. So if you guys are on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 at all, or Battlefield 2042, hit me up. I'm not good at either game, but I do enjoy playing them, and I've actually kind of gotten into a little bit of a groove of playing for, you know, roughly an hour a day again, setting some time aside for myself, and I've honestly really been enjoying it. So yeah, trying to do the right stuff, and I feel like I'm moving in the right direction. I feel really good about it, and I'm, for the first time in a while, I'm feeling really good about the future. So yeah, I'm gonna go shave all this crap off, and I'm gonna get back to work. So thank you guys for your support, as always. Kyle here again. We'll see you very soon.